Hi there, this is week 2 of the Beck Diet Solution, and I'm going to tell you what we have covered in week 2. If you have the book, you can follow by. I will post a link to the book too. Day 8 is make time. Learn how to make a schedule. You have to make time for a diet. This is a skill that you learn. It doesn't come natural. If you plan and you take the time and the energy, it will be successful and you will keep the weight off. It's a developing of your mindset, a new mindset. You have to make the decision that losing weight is so important for you that you're going to plan your whole life again around that. You have to do the workbook, you have to sit down and eat and put yourself first. Day 9, we covered get moving. Now, in our program, Ideal Protein, you don't have to exercise, but moving is recommended. You can walk, you can bike, you can do light exercise. Your coach can keep track of your muscle and your fat. Make sure you don't lose muscle if you do a little workout. But little things that you can do is park your car far and you can walk, climb that steps. The biggest thing about this book is that you're really going to learn how to change your mindset. What's holding us back is that we sabotage ourselves. So we have sabotaging thoughts. So the first one is, I don't have time. Then you get helpful responses. A helpful response will be, well, 5 minutes is better than nothing if it comes to exercise, for example. Day 10, set achievable goals. I had a recent workshop in my clinic. It was about goal setting. And week 2, we're going to do goal setting again in the clinic. If you have a big goal, it can be overwhelming. In my clinic, we make small goals and we focus just on that small goals. Your first small goal will be 5% of what you weigh now. If you weigh, for example, 200 pounds, 20 pounds will be 10%, 10 pounds will be 5%. We focus to get 5% off and then the next and the next. And at the end, I tell everyone, all the big little losses add up to one big loss. So that gives you hope and motivation. If your goal is too small, you tend to not follow the program or you get discouraged. So we'll do goal setting. Now, if it comes to achievable goals, how we sabotage ourselves is we will say, I am unhappy because I've only lost 1 pound or a half a pound. So we set a limit to what we want to lose weekly, and I make the same mistake and I get discouraged by that too. So I'm not just preaching for you guys, but also for myself. A helpful response will be, my ultimate goal must be realistic. I should work toward every little bit. I should every week be happy. It doesn't matter if it was a small or a big loss. I am going to look back one day and all the little goals will add up to the big goal, as I said before. Day 11, learn the difference between hunger, desire, and a craving. It's an important skill that you have to learn. It doesn't come naturally. We also tend to, when we're hungry, we eat. We think we need to eat. I think we are born that way. When we cry, the mother put the bottle in the baby's mouth. So it starts already there. And then you have to figure out, do you crave a specific food? Are you hungry for a specific something? Because you can maybe consider, is that emotional hunger? Is it real physical hunger? And then a sabotaging thought is, I know when I'm hungry that I don't always have to eat. Or there's a chart in the book that you fill in what type of hunger it is. A helpful response is, chances are I sometimes have a desire or a craving, but label it as hunger. It gives me excuse to eat. So don't immediately say I'm hungry, because then you want to eat. Day 12, we covered proof you can tolerate a craving or even hunger. So the difference between successful dieter and an unsuccessful dieter is the successful dieter, even if they're hungry, they go with the thought with, well, it's not eating time yet, so I'm just going to ignore my hunger, where an unsuccessful dieter will find an excuse that they are hungry, so they have to eat. You're going to learn to do a discomfort scale. For example, severe discomfort will be if you broke your arm. Moderate discomfort will be a bad back ache, maybe. Mild will be a headache. Hunger can come and go. You can ignore it. It's not an emergency that you have to eat. So a sabotage thought, if it comes to that, will be, I'm so hungry, shouldn't I be eating now? A helpful response is, it's actually good to feel a little bit of hunger, but I can wait till the next meal. I don't have to eat now. It's just a craving and it will eventually go away. And then day 13, decrease hunger and cravings. You're going to learn distraction techniques. There's lots of distraction techniques. One will be go for a walk, play a game, do some coloring, do some window shopping, scrapbook, start a new hobby, for example. Then the sabotage thought will be, I know I should get involved in other activities, but I don't feel like it. Helpful response will be, yeah, that's true, I don't feel like it, but this is something I have to do. If I don't resist eating that food now, I'm going to regret it later when I can't keep the weight off. Day 14, get ready for tomorrow. You're going to plan your meal, but luckily for us, Ideal Protein is all planned out for you. You just have to follow phase 1 sheet. And then get ready to weigh. Prepare yourself psychologically for that weigh. For that number on the scale. The number on the scale is not what is important. The important thing is how to learn to do a diet. Sabotaging thought will be, I don't feel like plan and measuring out my food. A helpful one will be, if I don't feel like doing anything, I'm not going to learn how to keep the weight off. And then every day you get a to-do list to read and mark off. The list will look like this, for example. Read your list for reasons to lose weight, schedule exercise and activity, sit down and eat mindfully, at least 5 minutes of exercise, use distraction activities, do your food journal, and give credit to yourself. We don't give credit to ourselves, but we're easy to criticize ourselves. But if you did a good job keeping your journal and were good on your meal plan, there's nothing wrong to say, good job, Susanna, you did it. Super, Susanna. You can do it. Okay, so tonight we'll cover week 3 and goal setting, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good night.